Perhaps the feet open a little bit wider than the hips, and the knees are able to rest, pressing against each other. As we bring our attention to the belly, the rib cage, and the chest. As we inhale through the nose, deeply filling the belly, the rib cage, and the chest. Maybe a little bit more air into the throat, and then exhaling from the throat, the chest, the rib cage, and the belly. Inhaling deeply into the belly, the rib cage, and the chest. Exhale slowly, feeling all of the different muscles that work to bring air into the body, and all of the different muscles that work to push air up and out. Inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly. Allowing the breath to take itself over, to move in and out at its own will. Trusting that it will continue with or without your intervention. We'll bring both knees into the chest, rocking back and forth with the body, making big circles on the ceiling of the knees. Massaging the small of the back, beginning to work and to wake up the muscles that will be needed for our practice today. We'll take these circles and reverse them, allowing the breath to be slow and steady. We'll take both arms out to the side at shoulder height, palms on the floor. Inhaling deeply through the nose. We'll exhale, allowing both knees to drop over to one side, twisting through the spine. We'll glue that opposite shoulder into the floor and turn the head to look out to the opposite hand. Inhaling deeply into the back. Exhale slowly. Inhaling, both knees lift back up to center, squeezing the tummy as they move across the midline. Exhaling, dropping both knees out to the other side. We'll turn the head to look out over that shoulder, gluing it down into the mat, looking out towards the fingertips. Breathing deeply into the back, increasing the space that's there. Inhaling deeply, we'll bring the knees back to center, pulling the belly into the spine, and then exhaling slowly, letting the knees drop to the first side again. We'll take the knee that's on top and point it up towards the ceiling, placing the big toe on the floor. Taking that big toe, we'll begin to draw a circle around the leg that's still on the floor. That circle begins to travel up towards the hand. Exhaling slowly, the leg circles back the way it came, moving back to the center line for the body. The leg on the floor joins it, both knees point to the top. Exhaling, we'll drop both knees to the other side. Keeping the top knee pointing towards the ceiling, big toe on the floor. We'll draw a great big circle around the knee on the floor, lifting those toes up toward the hand. The circle traces back the way it came, exhaling. Inhaling, both knees come to center. Exhaling, we shift to drop them to the first side again. Big breath as we lift that knee. Exhale as the circle comes back. Feet come together in the middle, knees to the ceiling. Exhale, dropping to the other side. Big circle around that leg, reaching towards the hand. Exhale, back to center. Inhaling the knees to the top. Letting this movement travel at the rate of your own breath. It can move faster or slower at your will. Breathing into the movement, allowing it to become your own, to feel the stretch in the body, the release of the hip, the twist of the spine. We'll take this one more set in each direction. Slow and steady breath, driving the movement, increasing the space in the body, your connection to the floor. We'll meet with knees in the middle, feet flat on the floor. We'll take the hands and move them to the sides of the body, reaching for the heels out past the hips. Walking the feet in as close as is comfortable, knees point up toward the sky. We'll inhale deeply and allow the tailbone to tuck. A very small movement for the body, pressing the back into the floor, engaging the abdominal muscles. Exhale, release the tailbone down to the floor. Inhaling, tuck the tailbone under, pull the belly button into the spine, press the soles of the feet into the floor, squeeze the lower abdominal muscles. Exhale, release. Inhaling, tuck the tailbone under, pull the belly button into the spine, press into the soles of the feet so hard that the hips begin to lift up off of the floor, pressing the shoulders into the mat, tucking the chin into the chest. Squeeze the cheeks together in the back to keep the hips lifted, reaching for the sky. Inhaling deeply. We'll exhale, lowering each vertebra one at a time, slowly descending back down onto the floor, releasing. Inhaling, tuck the tailbone, press the back into the floor, engage the abdominals, press into the soles of the feet, squeeze the cheeks together underneath, press the shoulders into the mat, tuck the chin into the chest, press the hands into the floor, the feet into the floor, squeeze and lift up, inhaling deeply. We'll exhale, slowly lowering one vertebra at a time, back down to the floor. Tailbone is last to touch, releasing. Inhaling deeply, tucking the tailbone under, pressing into the soles of the feet. Pull the back up off of the floor. This time we'll take the hands and clasp them underneath the body, rocking first one shoulder and then the other shoulder underneath us. We'll come up onto the toes and walk the toes in closer so that we can lift the hips up even higher. Deep breath in here. We'll shift the weight to one side, allowing the other toes to release off of the floor, maybe even to point up toward the ceiling. If they do, lift up through those hips 2 inches taller, pressing into the arms to hold you. Big breath in as you lift and hold. Exhaling, that top leg comes back down. We'll unclasp the hands, unwalk the shoulders, and slowly lower one vertebra at a time, back down to the mat. Tailbone's last to touch. One more time, big breath in, tucking the tailbone under, pressing into the soles of the feet, lifting the hips up off of the floor. Bringing the hands clasped underneath the hips, we'll walk one shoulder and then the other shoulder underneath the body. Coming up on the toes, we'll walk them in closer. Big breath as we lift the hips higher into the air. Shifting the weight to the other side, we'll release those second toes from the floor, either bringing the knee into the chest or extending the toes up toward the ceiling. Inhaling to lift higher than before, pressing into the arms to hold you there. Another big breath in, maybe a little bit higher than before. And we'll exhale that leg back down, unfurling the shoulders, releasing the hands, lowering each vertebra back down into the floor. Tailbone's last to touch. We'll bring the knees into the chest. Once more, rocking back and forth, making big circles on the ceiling with the knees. And we'll reverse those in the other direction. Holding on to one knee, same hands as the knee. We'll let the other leg extend out and away from the body. Toes hovering off of the floor. Inhaling deeply, head, neck, and shoulders lift up off of the floor, bringing the nose to the knee. Inhaling deeply, exhale, switch sides, pull the belly in tight, pull the nose to the knee, press the toes away from the body, big breath in. And exhale, switching sides, lift and squeeze, holding yourself up. Just the small of the back is left on the floor. Inhaling deeply, exhaling, release. Let the head shake back and forth, releasing any tension held in the neck. And switch. Inhaling deeply, exhaling, switch. We'll take that one more set. Big breath in, exhaling, switch knees, pulling the nose as close to the knee as you can, pulling the belly button into the spine, pointing the toes away. Big breath in, and exhale, switching sides. Inhaling deeply, 2 inches taller. Exhaling, the knees come into the chest, the head comes down to the mat. Shaking the head back and forth, no. Releasing any tension that's been stored there. We'll hold on to that first knee, extending the opposite leg away from the body. We'll take opposite hand to the knee, same hand beside us on the floor, palm down. Inhaling deeply, we'll allow that top leg to come up across the body. Re-glue that opposite shoulder down into the floor. Turning the head, looking out over those fingers. The knees come completely across the chest, up on the hip to bring it even further. It can stay here in this bent position, or if you'd like, you can allow it to straighten away from the body, feeling that stretch all the way through the outside of the leg. Perhaps the ankle rolls here in this position. Perhaps you allow flex and a point to help to release that muscle. Inhaling deeply, reach through the toes. Exhaling, release that knee, release the back to the mat. We're going to take our foot to the top of the opposite thigh. Holding on right above the ankle, at the calf, or to the foot itself, anywhere but the joint. We're going to slowly, carefully, deliberately, and consciously begin to open this knee away from the body, stopping if there's any form of discomfort or unease, ceasing the movement altogether if there is pain, but just gently opening away, coming into a reclined, bound tree pose. As the knee finds its comfort space pointing away from the body, we'll flex the extended leg, so it's like we're standing on the floor. Same hand as the knee lifts up and away from the body. Inhaling deeply, push the heel as far away from you as it will go. Reach the fingertips high up overhead, pull the body apart in opposite directions. Reaching through the heel, reaching through the fingertips, sending the knee away from the body, thinking about how much space can be created in the body in this pose. Inhaling deeply, maybe pulling yourself apart like taffy even further. And we'll exhale, releasing and relaxing, bringing that foot flat to the floor once more. Inhaling deeply, we'll bring the other knee into the chest, holding on to the knee on the outside. That working leg from before now becomes the supporting one, straightening out away from the body. We'll take the opposite hand to the knee. Same hand comes beside you on the floor, palm down on the floor. Inhaling deeply, that top knee crosses over the chest. We rock up onto the hip to bring it all the way across the body. Gluing that other shoulder down and into the mat, palms on the floor. Turning the head to look out in that direction, enjoying a twist through the spine. A deep breath in, a slow breath out. And if you choose, you can allow that top leg to straighten, feeling the stretch through the outer thigh on that side. We'll allow the ankle to roll around in one direction and to roll around in the other direction. Maybe flexing and pointing the toes as we ask the side of the body to release. Inhaling deeply. We'll exhale, allowing that top knee to bend, the back to rock back to center on the floor. We'll bring this bent knee's foot to the top of the opposite thigh, holding on above the ankle or to the foot itself, anywhere but on the joint. Very slowly, deliberately, Taking great care and caution, we'll allow this top knee to begin to open away from the body, noticing any pain or discomfort, ceasing the motion if anything becomes too much, just allowing ourselves to feel and work through. When you've reached your furthest point, we'll focus on the opposite leg, flexing that heel like we're standing on the floor. Same hand as the knee that's bent reaches up high overhead away from the body. Send energy out through the heel, see how far away it will go. Reach out and away from the body with the fingertips. Pull yourself apart in opposite directions. Inhaling deeply, reach and pull and stretch and extend. Exhale, slowly release the body. Release your grip from the foot. Allow it to come flat on the floor. Bringing the opposite knee up to join it. We'll take our first side and cross this ankle over the supporting leg, turning the knee out and away from the body. You can stay right here, allowing this hip to release, feeling the stretch through the back of the hip. To increase your stretch, you can bring both knees into the chest, flexing both toes, perhaps taking the hands and wrapping around the thigh. They can also wrap over the shin, but pull the shoulders down flat into the mat if you do. Toes reach for the sky. Breath increases the space in the hip. Slow and steady breath as you hold your position in whichever version you've chosen. We'll inhale deeply. Exhale slowly, releasing our grip from the leg and allowing the supporting leg to extend up towards the ceiling. Flexing the heel toward the sky, flexing the toes on the other side. We'll take both hands and reach out away from the body past the hips. Inhaling, lift head, neck, and shoulders off of the floor, pulling the belly button into the spine. Allowing slow and steady breath to continue. We'll pat the floor, activating the arms and the abdominal muscles through the back. Inhaling deeply, lifting chest and chin up off of the floor. Exhale slowly. We'll take one more big breath in and exhale, allowing the body to rock back onto the floor. Rebending the supporting leg, releasing the feet. We'll take this top knee and cross it over the bottom knee completely, like you're seated at a table. Bringing the knees back into the chest, the hands can clasp underneath the thigh or over top the shin. Once more, roll the shoulders down and into the mat, pressing them into the floor. Inhaling deeply into the hip. And exhaling slowly. Big, slow, steady breath in. Long, slow, steady breath out. We'll release our grip from the legs, bringing the feet flat to the floor once more. Working on the other side, we'll cross that ankle over the knee, turning that knee out and away from the body, flexing the heel, pointing the toes to the ceiling. This is a beautiful place to stay if it's enough of a stretch, pressing the knee away from the body, feeling that stretch through the back of the hip. To increase your stretch, you can lift the knees up towards the body. Taking the hands, you can reach underneath the thigh or over top the shin. Flex both heels, toes up towards the ceiling, and then roll the shoulders down and into the mat. Inhaling deeply. Exhale slowly, allowing the hip to release. Slow and steady breath. Inhaling. As we exhale, we'll release our grip from the legs and allow the lower leg to straighten, heel up towards the sky. We'll take the arms and reach them out past the hips, away from the body. Inhaling, head, neck, and shoulders peel up and off of the floor. Reaching the arms away from the body, we'll begin to pat the floor, activating our pose. Inhaling deeply, squeezing the tummy, reaching away with the fingers. Exhale slowly. Inhaling, lift the upper body, reach through the fingertips. Exhale slowly. One more time, big breath in. And we'll exhale, slowly releasing back down, rebending the knee. We'll take our top knee and cross it over the bottom knee completely like we're seated at table. Hands once again can reach underneath the thighs or over top the shin. Slow and steady breath into the hip, into the back. Exhaling slowly. Big breath in. And exhale. Releasing the body, releasing the hands, releasing the feet back to the floor. We'll take the legs and extend them out and away from the body. Taking the arms, reaching them up high overhead. Inhaling deeply, pull the body apart in opposite directions, reaching through fingertips, reaching through toes. We'll take one side and make it really long, pulling the fingers away from the toes. We'll take the other side and make them really long, pulling and stretching through the body, both sides really long. And we'll exhale, releasing the body. Coming into our final pose, we'll shake the head back and forth, no, and release it into the center. We'll pick up the back, roll the shoulder blades together, and replace a flat back onto the floor. Shifting the legs back and forth, making one leg longer than the other. We'll release them to their center, flopping the feet back and forth, and finding a place for them to rest if they join to. Inhaling deeply, we'll fill up the belly, the rib cage, the chest, and the throat. A little bit more air in, exhaling slowly from the chest, the rib cage, and the belly. Inhaling deeply into the belly, the rib cage, And the chest will exhale from the chest, the rib cage, and the belly. One more time, 3-part breath, inhaling into the belly, feeling that expand and grow into the rib cage, expanding out sideways into the chest, bringing in a little bit more air into the throat, and exhaling slowly, profoundly, completely. All of the muscles release, melting like a puddle into the floor. Allowing the breath to take itself back over, trusting that it knows just how to function, just like the heart knows how to function, the digestive system, all working without your notice or your influence. Allowing yourself just to be present, to be aware of the systems that work to keep you alive, to be aware of the thoughts that intrude upon the mind, to be aware of the breath as it flows, as you remain still, calm, separate from these acts. Inhaling deeply, we'll take both arms high overhead. One last time, stretching the body apart in every direction. We'll leave one hand where it is, curling into a little ball on that side. Taking one last moment for ourselves. Moving slowly and taking great care, taking as much time as you need, we'll begin to move into any comfortable, upright, seated position. Taking both arms, lifting up to the sky. Palms coming together at the top, exhaling down through center. Thank you for joining me today.